Hey, Brian Brodeur here at East Main Media Studios. So I wanted to share something with you, part of a series that I like to call, Okay, so now what? I'm going to give you some best practices on how you should approach sharing content that a producer has created for you. Let's start out with LinkedIn. Very powerful platform. There's a few ways to operate on LinkedIn. You can have a personal page, you can have a business page. But there's a few best practices that I want to share with you. Let's use our publishing platform, Tap Into TV, and I want to take a look at Nick Donato, financial professional, great guy. And what I'm going to show you is how I would share that on my East Main Media LinkedIn company page. So the first thing I do is I'll go to the URL and I'll copy that address. I'll go over to LinkedIn and start a post. Pops up the window. First thing I do is I paste that URL. LinkedIn will populate a preview. In this case, it shows a video still, and it will show sort of the headline of the URL. So here's your trick number one. What you can do is you go back to that link that you just put in, and you can actually delete it. So that will clean up the text of the post, but it still leaves the link and the preview there. So next you want to create a little description here. So when this post scrolls up on someone's LinkedIn feed, that's what they'll see in the description. Sometimes you can put a question or an engaging request. And in this case, I'm going to copy some text from the article. So I'll go over to the URL. I'll just look at the opening paragraph. I'll copy it and I'll come back and paste it in. And I'll go to the beginning of this. And in my case, sometimes what I'll do is I'll put the word video. Now, most people will know it's a video because you can see the little red circle with the arrow in it. But a lot of times I want to emphasize this is a video. I want you to watch this. So another tip or best practice would be to tag people in your posts. I will tag myself in this. So this is East Main Media, and I'm just going to tag myself. You start by adding the @ symbol. LinkedIn will start referring or suggesting people who you might be tagging, mainly from your list of contacts. So you can see I come right up because obviously LinkedIn knows it's me. So I'll come over to the end of my name, and my name is still at the top of the roll here. I will select myself. Now what you'll notice is in LinkedIn, the @ symbol disappears and my name is now bold. So now let's tag Nick Donato on this. Now I know him as Nick Donato, but what you have to be careful with on LinkedIn is not everybody is known as nicknames or how you may know them. LinkedIn only knows people as how they have listed themselves. So when I add the @ symbol to Nick's name, I get a few different Nicks, Nikki Miller or Nick Marucci, different people that are in my contact list. But I actually have to scroll over with the cursor to his last name. And then LinkedIn says, oh, you're trying to connect to Nick Donato because it sees Donato now. And I'll tag him. And yes, it did overwrite Nick Donato. And now we have a bold link in there. But something you want to watch out for is LinkedIn may ignore other suffixes or other parts of the name when you tag someone. So on here, it left the junior that I had typed previously. So I'm just going to go in and delete that. It keeps the connected tag, but I got rid of the extra junior on the end. Lastly, I'm going to go back and I'll tag Tap Into TV. So I'll add the @ to that. I'll come over to the end. Of course, LinkedIn is suggesting Tap Into TV. And I'm going to rephrase this just a little bit. I'm going to add my title because that helps illuminate who I am and gives a little extra stickiness to keywording and people who might read this post. You can add some other things to this like hashtags, financial planning, wealth management. So this is all set, and I am looking that it's public. I'm not targeting it. I'm not doing any promotion. It's a public post, and it's good to go. I'm logged in as the page admin here. So this is a company page, and I am going to go to this button in the upper right called View as Member. So now I'm going to look at this page as Brian, and I will scroll down, and there's the Nick post. I will then like it, and I will share it. Right, so very simple. Great conversation with Nicholas Donato Jr. He's tagged, and then I post that on my personal LinkedIn. It's never good enough to like. You know, we all see plenty of posts that we put out there, and our whole circle likes it, but you know, it is helpful if you share it, and that creates exponential reach for your colleagues and friends.